Back in the old days, family was very important. The person who didn't want to get married looked suspicious in the eyes of his neighbors. Old Russian proverbs say, not married, not a guy. Family altogether can handle troubles better. Porridge is more substantial in the family. During the medieval times, peasants used to live all together as a big family. 3 or 4 generations of relatives were generally living together. People used to say, less space doesn't mean more trouble. During the old times, it was the parents who decided who is getting married to who. Brides were picked not for their beauty, but for their health, skills, and diligence. After the wedding, a new wife was responsible for the whole household, bringing up the children, taking care of the cattle, planting the gardens. During the old times, the church didn't appreciate people who wanted to separate. People used to say, first, marriage a law, second, asking for forgiveness, third, breaking the law, fourth, a sin. Marriages were generally set up through the introduction. People used to say, don't pick the bride, pick the matchmaker. During our days, we could refer to a matchmaker as an advertising agent who was marketing the groom. She was approaching the bride's parents and saying, our goods, your merchant. If bride's parents didn't want to proceed, they were saying, we don't sell our goods. If we wanted to proceed, they were saying, we welcome you with bread and salt. This followed by the introduction. Mother of the groom visited the bride's house and checked the bride to make sure she was reasonably pretty, healthy, and smart. Introduction was followed by the agreement, where men only participated. They were negotiating wedding expenses, presents, and the size of the marriage portion. After that, the marriage seemed to be nearly organized. The night before the wedding, bride's girlfriends were getting together to sing sad songs. Church ceremony was getting close. The bride was dressed in a wedding dress. During the old times in Russia, wedding dresses were made from the red clothes. When the bride was getting ready for the ceremony, she was supposed to cry aloud about saying goodbye to her single life. At the wedding reception, when all the guests were enjoying the meal, the newlyweds were supposed to sit still and not touch the food. Then the newlyweds were left together alone. Back then there was a custom of taking the shoes off. By taking his boots off, the wife was showing the signs of respect to her husband. One of the boots had a coin inside, and if the wife took that shoe off first, she was supposed to be happy in the marriage. A lot of old wedding traditions were lost in the time. However, some are still practiced. Ворот, луга песенки по